Hello, Pisces. Welcome and welcome back. You guys, I hope you're all doing well. We're going to get into a chill vibe this here Sunday for you guys. Okay. To see what you need to know as far as how Spirit has seen you improve and all of the improvements that you're making on your journey. All right. Take a deep breath. And let go of all the stress and tension that you may be feeling regarding what may have happened this week, what may have happened this weekend, how you guys have been fighting so hard for the things that you know you deserve. And let's take a look at what Spirit wants you to know in regards to how they're proud of you and how they have witnessed the accomplishments that you've been making and wanting to show a little gratitude to you and appreciate you for that. So if you guys are interested in sticking around, be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. And we're going to get into it. For Pisces, guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration, Father, Mother, God. For Pisces, what is the message from Spirit for Pisces? Ooh, tension. Card number 21. At the bottom, we have blessings in disguise. Card number 8. Ooh, an orgasm. 13. Interesting. So we have an 8, a 21, a 13. 21 could also be a 3 for some of you guys. 13 could also be a 4. So technically, 3, 4, 8, 13, 21 in that order. All right. So let's first start with blessing in disguise, because that's the energy that's kind of driving this reading, where we're coming from, where all this is stemming from. And it says, there are blessings with your name on it. You will never have to seek after them. And it talks about discomfort and redirection. It says to be doubtful is to be uneasy. You are trying to decipher whether to move on or to keep persisting. You go back and forth with yourself about the results of certain situation. Listen to your heart and listen to your head and intuition. Okay? Now, these are the questions that you're asking yourself. You're going back and forth about a certain situation. You're asking, should you listen to your heart or listen to your head and intuition? Now, upright, the card says, here you recognize the waste, all the time you've put in without receiving prosperity in return. You're able to distinguish what's hearty from what's spoiled. Here you transcend, you transform. You confront any and every defeat with high shoulders and a brave face. You don't ache over loss. And then that made me laugh for some reason. You don't ache over loss. Adversity emerges into harvest. The sun makes its way outside. You're using your knowledge to help assist you. You are gaining lessons that will last a lifetime. So basically, you guys know the reason for the season. Now, remember, these are all the things that Spirit wants to congratulate you for and show gratitude to you for being able to accomplish, which is realizing that despite all of the uncertainty that you may have faced and despite the feelings that you may feel of failure or a lack of success, despite the fact that you're tired and you've been struggling and that, you know, maybe you aren't necessarily sure where to go next, or maybe you aren't struggling, but you're just confused about what's going on and what the right decisions are to make because everything is so unclear. Spirit is commending you for your ability to know your priorities. They're commending you to or for the fact that you decided not to waste time or waste energy on things that you know aren't really serving you. I feel like you guys are being acknowledged by spirit because you may have gained a specific balance of your heart and your head to come together and form the wise choices that come from your intuition. And you're using the lessons that they have walked with you through to help guide you forward. I feel like you guys appreciate and receive everything that has come to you without allowing it to defeat you. You're not walking with your shoulders, hunched over and with your head hung low. You're walking with your head high. Okay? You're focusing on the blessing. You're looking at the silver lining of every situation. And you're seeing the reason why your life may be unfolding in the way that it is, and how that unfolding, which is kind of like a blossoming, can benefit you in the long run. Okay? All right. That's really beautiful. Spirit is happy that you aren't letting something get you down. Okay? All right. So let's see what the tension card says. Okay, so tension. The longer you hold on, the heavier it is to carry. It says impatience and disconnection. Time is of the essence. You are a volcano ready to erupt. Your frustration has magnified over time. You feel misled or fooled. What you thought was real turns out to be a fluke. What you thought was promising begins to prove otherwise. You're afraid of falling behind or being led to a dead end, while all your eggs are in this one basket. You feel frustration rising higher and higher. Now, since it came out upright, it's saying, unfortunately for your ego, your plans have been delayed. Fortunately for you, you have more time to balance your responsibilities. Your mind is open. Your vision is immeasurable. It is okay to crave a bright life, but there will always be friction in the air if you do not learn how to release your insulting surveillance over the flow. Quote unquote flow, okay? Here, you are being reminded to keep your composure. The more you want it, the more resistance there will be. You are the breeder of your own opposition. Okay? And I think some of you are stuck between kind of like a rock and a hard place when it comes to how you feel about things going on right now. It's like you're ready for something to conclude, or you're ready for a situation to evolve. You want things to move forward, but it's just not time. And I think when you observe a lot of the situations that are happening with people who obviously are forcing things in the public eye, or who are forcing things in political spaces, and who are forcing things maybe in your communities, your family, you can observe how that could be counterproductive and counterintuitive. Okay? I think you guys have made peace with things in the past. Just in general, you've made peace with how things have kind of unfolded in the past, but you're struggling to make peace with that being something perpetual moving into the future. It's like, I'm okay that you, spirit, God, source, universe, whoever you guys pray to, it's like you're saying to whoever you pray to that you're okay with what happened and you've made peace with how things have gone down. But at the same time, it's like kind of feels like you're giving spirit an ultimatum, but I don't think you're really doing that. It's kind of just like this feeling of, I don't know how much longer I can go on like this, though, if you don't intend to create this change in my life that you keep telling me is coming. You get what I'm saying? So it kind of feels like you guys are impatient for that shift, because it's like, yeah, it's okay that things happen the way it happened, but I just don't want that to happen again. I don't want to be led down the wrong path again, or to make the wrong decision, take the wrong steps, go in the wrong direction. And that could be where the tension is coming from. And it may not necessarily be because of any past situations. It could just be because it's very stressful right now in the time that we're in to make decisions that move us forward. It's possibly very difficult right now for a lot of you to know what the right choice is to make, where not only will you benefit, but you won't cause any problems for anybody else. It's like, honey, we all out here trying to pay rent and do what we need to do. You know what I mean? And I think you guys are in this energy where you want to balance that. And while you understand that there is a divine timing of things and there is a synchronicity and a flow that spirit, God, source, the universe moves in, it's kind of hard being in it to respect it and allow it to be maintained. And if you're working on something specifically, I feel like a delay or extra time that you've been given, whether you wanted it or not, is going to help you achieve your goal or be even further prepared and ready to achieve your goal when it comes through. Okay, because some of y'all about to bust a nut. All right. You've been trying to crack this nut for a long time. And I feel like some of y'all are about to crack it. Okay, because that's a card that talks about joy. And it could be overflowing. All right. Something could also happen in a very messy way. I'm not trying to be graphic or vulgar, but it's like there's a lack of fulfillment that you have been experiencing for a long time. Some of y'all, I'm going to be honest with you because we're all adults here. If your kids are watching, disclaimer, forewarning, you may want them to close their ears. Put your headphones in. Okay. Turn the volume down. Tell your kids to go in another room. Some of y'all you ain't did it in a long time, and you might need to do something to do it. Some of y'all have not released that sacral chakra, which is the orgasmic, climactic energy, in a long time, and you need to do it. Some of you may be a little stressed and you need to let off some steam, whatever that may mean for you, in a healthy and productive way. And some of you just need the touch of another person and you haven't really gotten that intimacy in a while. And even though it's like, yeah, I can accept it, I'm still tense. It's like you have to figure out a way to duplicate that energy in another way or through another source that's actually healthy for you, right? Because I don't think you're the type of person to sleep around. If you are, I'm not judging you because I ain't your mama. But it feels like a lot of you guys are gaining some type of clarity about why you've been so tense, why you've been so uptight, why you've been feeling this, I don't want to say heavy energy, but it feels like an intense energy. It feels like a very serious energy. And it could be because you need to bust a nut. But it's coming. Maybe so are you, child. Anyway, the orgasm card says prioritize pleasure and play. It's culmination and innocence. So everything coming together. All right. Something about the 13th month. It's supposed to be 13 months, but they fuck with our heads and fuck with time and all that stuff. It says you have the tools that not many can obtain. You never limit your experiences by being closed off or closed-minded. You are open to all things diverse, and so you benefit. Your seeds come to life. Now, upright, this card says your energy exudes poise. You fancy conscientiousness. You do what you can to level up. You strive for climactic adventures. Your love is like Disneyland, silliness and playful things only. You honor your inner child by having fun and diving directly into the thrill. No specific order, no specific rules, You don't ask for permission from anyone. So if your life has been feeling a little boring, a little dull, a little bit uneventful, I feel like you guys are about to have some type of situation that's going on in your life that releases tension, or you're being asked by your spirit team to kind of like let off some steam, take a load off, touch yourself. Like Madonna said, didn't Madonna make that song? Do something to pleasure yourself or to have pleasure. Some of you guys actually have someone who's about to come into your life where you're going to be able to sleep with them and get that intimacy, and they're saying it's okay. Okay. Some of you guys are going to do something to pleasure yourself, and maybe you feel a little weird about that, but you're going to finally do it, and it's going to send you to another planet, bitch. Okay. Like whatever this is that you about to do it because Spirit is giving you the go ahead. And I also feel like Spirit is commending you for being disciplined with yourself. And I feel like they're grateful for your desire to stay focused, but they also want to let you know that it's okay to do things your way and to not put a lot of rules and stipulations on yourself about how you have to be, because you can be however it is that you want to be. You can do things the way that you want to do it. And there's nothing wrong with that, because that's just the way that you choose to live your life. And, you know, I think a lot of you guys have been feeling the pressure and the stress that kind of collectively people have been feeling when it comes to this, you know, controlling energy and this very tense, intense energy from other people who want to control everyone, and you know, who want people to be like stuck in this box and to do things a certain way and to follow the status quo. And it's just boring. It's just boring. And it's lame and it's draining. And I think you guys are pretty much done with that. I also feel like there is a climax of energy that's approaching you in the near future, probably sometime in April. March and April seem significant. There could have been a lot going on since August, but March and April seem very significant for some of you guys. It could also be in a 3 or a 4 time frame. So some of y'all, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 hours, 4 hours, 3 days, 4 days, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you know, get the drift. Okay. Let's see, Spirit. What is it that you want Pisces to know when it comes to what you're proud of them for? Oh, wow. They're proud of you for getting out of your head about the past. They're proud of you for allowing the past to be in the past and not letting the nightmares and the negative, you know, memories get to you. Okay. The bad dreams, the Magician and the title card. They're proud of you for transmuting energy here and using all of the things that you've learned over time, all of the old experiences, new experiences, good experiences, bad experiences. It makes you who you are. And they're proud of you and grateful for the fact that you've been able to take the things that have happened to you and do your best to make the most of it. Do your best to use it to better your life and to maybe even help others. I feel like they're proud of you for allowing them to work things out for you in your life, even if it just feels tedious. They're proud of you for manifesting new things into your life. They're proud of you for moving on from the past and choosing to, you know, change your reality by not dwelling on what was or what has been. I think I put this in the description box of one of the readings. It's like you're not lamenting or dwelling about the past, and you're not fearful of the future. You're kind of like taking advantage of the present moment, living in the moment. And I feel like that's what that card is talking about. Okay, what's the 6 of Cups reversed? The 5 of Pentacles. Insecurities or lack. Asking for help as well with things that you don't know how to solve. Page of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups. Yeah, so they're basically saying they see that you don't have what you need. They see that you're disappointed. They see that there are things that, have happened that are keeping you stuck. I feel like Spirit also knows that you're disappointed about your finances, your resources, your money, the energy that you've been feeling, feeling isolated, feeling abandoned, feeling like no one is there to help you or support you. People not recognizing or appreciating your potential, not recognizing or appreciating the value that you bring to situations, being treated poorly, being treated badly, doing good for people or trying to be positive and uplifting while everybody's so negative around you. Like, they're acknowledging that all these things have been going on and that you're disappointed by it and that you're tired of it. And that it's not enough for you anymore just to know that, God got you. Okay. You need to actually see it materialize in real life. Okay. I feel like Spirit is manifesting a position or a job or something for you. It's like you're going to receive something that I feel will help you feel less disappointed in yourself or less disappointed in other people. What in the world? Somebody is doing something at my door. And I don't know who it is. Oh, it's Pumpkin. What's the Six of Cups reversed? Four of Wands. Yeah, this is like lacking connection. Lacking real connection, lacking stability and security. It's like different aspects of this. Like you feeling stable, you feeling secure, you feeling safe. You feel unsafe because you don't have enough money. You can't pay your bills. You're homeless. You don't have a house. Even if you do have a house or a place to live, your house poor. Somebody may have abandoned you with children or left, your marriage, or I don't know what this is, but it's a lack of security. It's a lack of stability. It's an exposure to the elements that you're very unhappy with and disappointed with because people have left you in the lurch and left you feeling abandoned. And, you've always given more than you received. And I feel like what Spirit is proud of you for is the fact that, yes, they acknowledge that has happened, but you haven't let it stop you. You're still going. You still woke up today and clicked on this reading. Okay, you still woke up today and did whatever you had to do, and now you're here continuing to push through and persevere. So it's like they're very proud of you for that. Four of Wands, we have the Three of Cups and the Two of Swords. It's like you not understanding what you have to do or the decision you need to make, or not being clear, not having all the information about people, about relationships, friends who don't support you, family who doesn't support you, not having any community, like feeling like there's a lack of community or a lack of support. Like it just feels like you feel abandoned by Spirit, or you feel left by Spirit for a lot of the time in your life, or possibly right now. And I feel like Spirit is wanting you to know that they are grateful and that they see and appreciate the fact that despite you feeling this way and having a negative experience, that you're still determined to accomplish your goal. Like I still feel like there's this drive and this will and this ambition to accomplish your goal. What you're irritated about is not that you have this assignment or that you have this job to do on this earth, or that you have this calling that you feel like you have to answer. What you're frustrated about and what you're really like tired of is not having what you need to be able to do that. Not having enough to, have that enjoyment in your life that you feel like helps you, move through life and do these assignments that God has for you. It's like, hey, God, it's me, Pisces. Are you listening? Can you hear me? Because I'm not trying to it's like you're telling God, I want to be here. I want to spread whatever message that you've called me here and incarnated me here to spread. I want to do that. But how can I do that if I'm not being supplied the things that I need, despite my most tedious efforts? How can I do those things if I'm not being supplied the things that I need to do those things? It's like, you can't send me here and give me this calling to want to feed the homeless and hungry and save children or help animals or, fight for better living conditions for people. You can't put these jobs and these assignments and these callings on my heart, God, with all due respect, if you don't give me the access or the capability or the help that I need, the safety, the security, the protection that I need to do it. You can't ask me to do this without giving me the support and the resources that I need to do it. And I kind of feel like you're, with all due respect, okay? Respectfully, God. It's like, you're not trying to be this big bad, I'm telling God what to do, arrogant asshole to spirit. They know that. And what I think what they're saying is like, hey, we hear you. We hear you. We hear you. Yeah, something is not sitting well with you. Something is not agreeing with you. Like when you eat something that you shouldn't eat, or it doesn't sit right on your stomach, it doesn't agree with you. Okay. I also feel like spirit, if you feel like you haven't done enough, or if you feel like you aren't successful. No, snowflake. Oh my God. Spirit is basically saying they don't agree with you. They're like, no, you've done a lot. You just can't see all of the things that you've done, and you may not be able to know firsthand all of the ways that you've helped people or changed people's lives because, I kind of feel like a lot of people don't really tell you. They kind of, it's like maybe something that you're doing or people who you're dealing with kind of leave you in the dark when it comes to how they've been able to benefit from your presence or how something that you've done has helped them. And it just feels like you're doing a thankless job. It's like nobody sees the janitor walking around at the school taking the trash out, but everything stays clean. And if he was gone, you would notice. Okay. You would notice if all the doctors decided one day that they weren't going to come to work. You would notice. All right. Like, and it's just kind of like it's like that's your grievance. And I think a lot of you are trying to let it go. So, Spirit, what are you gonna what is it that you want Pisces to know when it comes to like acknowledging these things for Pisces? Knight of Swords. Somebody may come to you with good news because it was the Knight of Swords and the Ten of Cups. What is it that you want Pisces to know? When it comes to these subjects. Queen of Pentacles. The Fool. There's some type of financial freedom in your future. The Fool and the Moon. You don't see it coming. Cancer energy. Possibly Pisces season, to be honest with you, since we said 3 and 4. Aries season. So Pisces and Aries season. March. The end of February, March, and April. I just heard your loyalty is being rewarded, or your loyalty is going to be rewarded. You just don't see it coming. Yeah, look at that. Ace of Cups. Sun. Wow. Especially with how hard this eclipse was and how much you let go of during the eclipse. Spirit is like saying, like, hey, we know that you let go of a lot during this eclipse, and you continue to trust us. You continue to have faith. You continue to be brave. You continue to be loyal to your assignment. We know it's fucked up. We're building this house for you. We're building this security and stability for you. We're creating this balance for you. And there's a reward. Your loyalty is being rewarded. That's what I feel like they were saying with that. What's the Queen of Pentacles? Five of Swords reversed. Yeah. You don't have to keep sacrificing or walking away from things or being the bigger person. I mean, I feel like you're still going to do that because it's embedded within you. It's like who you are. But it's like you don't have to deal with all this hostility. It's like there's some type of hostility that's being alleviated. And it's financial. It's material. It's energetic. Like when it comes to you being more motivated, you having more energy, you having what you need. Knight of Pentacles and the King of Wands. Somebody could be giving you something or offering you something that will help free you from this fight and this battle that you've been in, because they want you to be free and they see your value. And it's like I feel like you guys know that you don't really have to fight as much as you did before. It's like you've kind of gained this understanding of like you already putting in the work that you need. You just have to continue to maintain the momentum or whatever this is. It's like, you know, you have what you need and you don't have to fight. Something is not going to be such an uphill battle. But I just feel like you're kind of nervous or anxious about it, or just, I don't know, maybe feeling a little detached from it because you don't see it coming. What's the advice for Pisces? King of Swords. We saw that with the Ace of Cups and the Fool. The Moon. Could be a Cancer masculine. Aquarius. With the Fool card. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe Scorpio, Virgo even. Leo. It's like what Spirit is, I feel like what their advice is, it's like they don't want you to be afraid of what you can't see or what's around the corner, or they don't want you to be afraid to continue walking on your path, because there's this like collective energy of people who are like, they're like, I don't know if I want to make any moves, because one wrong move, bitch, one false move, and I might fall through the floor. Okay. And that's kind of like this. I feel this tension. Like from everybody who's experiencing things like that. And it's just kind of like, Spirit doesn't want you to feel that. They don't want you to be afraid of that. They want you to walk confidently into the unknown or into this next phase of your life, or they want you to just keep moving forward, because you know that you're armed with this sword of truth, or you know that you're armed with this sword of strategy, being able to handle things, being able to process things, being able to articulate yourself, having a solid plan, being a strategist, knowing how to handle any situation that comes your way. And it's because you've evolved and transformed. Look at these 3 butterflies up here and these 3 birds right here. Look at that. And the sword. Yes, ma'am. I know. I feel like that's what they want you to see. I also feel like Spirit wants you to see the unknown or what you don't see coming as like a benefit or something that you can take advantage of. Like use the fear and flip it and transmute it. What's the King of Swords? There could be someone coming towards you that's going to give you some type of information. I picked that up with the Knight of Swords, though. What's the King of Swords? Yeah, the Four of Swords. It was going in reverse. So someone is going to break their silence and tell you a secret or tell you something that you did not know. And it's going to change everything for you. Six of Wands. Somebody wants to speak to you and get your attention. Somebody may want to fight for you. I feel like people are going to start speaking up to support you as well. There could be people who are speaking up for you, speaking up on your behalf. I kind of feel like somebody is fighting your battle for you, or there's somebody here who you don't see helping you fight a battle or something. I don't think this person is dead. Like, I don't think they're a spirit. There could also be some type of victorious moment. Like, you could be having victory in a situation or finding out that you won or that you were successful in something that you're doing, and somebody is going to tell you this, or, you know, you're going to see this. It's like you're overcoming a fear. And someone is telling you that they've observed you kind of like doing that. It's kind of crazy because I feel like Spirit is... It's like they don't begrudge you for feeling the way that you feel. But they also want you to know that everything happens for a reason. And it's like, it's happening the way it's supposed to happen. I feel like I hear someone saying you should be ashamed of yourself, but they're not telling you that. I feel like whoever this is telling someone else that they should be ashamed of themselves for some reason or another. And it could be because I don't know. It's like somebody is bringing order to chaos in a situation. And this King of Swords was behind the Ace of Cups and the Fool card, which came out over here with what Spirit wanted you to know. It's like, someone is finally, you know, saying the final word on something. Because 5 plus 4 is 9. And both of these 5 and 4 of Swords is in reverse. And the 9 of Swords is here. What is this? I also feel like Spirit is saying don't be afraid to speak up and say how you feel in situations. Maybe when you pray, maybe when you talk to other people. Okay, the Warrior card says illuminate subconscious fears to defeat and command respect of your enemies. Discover your warrior spirit. I feel like that's the Moon card that we kept seeing. It's like your subconscious, even though you've accepted what's happened, you're still stressed because you haven't seen the change. And you're like, good Lord, have mercy. Okay, you know? And I feel like because you have seen so much maybe pain or negativity or loss or sadness or death in the past, it's like, ooh, y'all hear them sirens? Yeah. It's like you've seen so much. You can handle pretty much anything, but it's like you don't know if you can fight another battle. It's like you don't know if you have another battle in you to fight. Sirens are getting a little louder. I turned the mic back down, but I think you guys are you guys are it's like a warrior who is tired of fighting. But I feel like there's definitely something that you don't see coming that spirit is preparing for you. Let's see. I didn't mean to shuffle this again because I didn't even look at the bottom of the deck. But let's get one more. Seer. The seer. You know the truth about your situation. Believe in your psychic powers and follow your hunches as it leads you forward. Yeah, so you know the truth about what you need to be doing, where you need to be going, the direction you should move in. It's like subconsciously you know, but I feel like there's also this fear that you feel because like everybody, you feel like you knew before and obviously you didn't. At least that's what you think. But you may have known before and it just turned out the way it was supposed to. At the bottom, we have the child. You're entering into a new phase. Trust where the universe is taking you. Take that leap of faith. So Spirit wants you to take a leap of faith into like the unknown and not be afraid. Have this determination that you can literally solve any problem. And with the magician that we saw at the beginning, it's like you can literally transform any situation. And it's going to be different for each of you because each of you have different powers of persuasion. The student. Good time to learn a new skill or try something new. With focused attention, skills and talents will dramatically improve. Some of you, when you're in that childlike energy, the most powerful time in your life was when you were a child going to school or maybe in college. I feel like the more you learn and the more you expand your mind and then speak about things that you've learned, the more power you have in a situation to be curious about learning. Follow your hunches, follow what makes you curious. Ooh, excuse me. I really feel like what Spirit wants you to know is that they're supporting you in things that you don't see happening behind the scenes. Like, they want you to know that they're there for you in these times where you feel confused about everything that's going on. And they want you not to be scared of the future, but to be prepared for it when it comes to like your perspective and how you look at it. And this may seem like a meaningless reading, but I really feel like your spirit team wanted you to know how proud they are of you for doing so much of the work that you've done. I don't know what you guys are meant to do in this lifetime, in this world. I don't know what you're meant to achieve or accomplish, but I do know that it's something very important. And it's something very hard, but it's something that is unique to you and something that only you could do. And that's why Spirit trusted you with it. Like, I'm not going to trust somebody who is incapable of watching my children to watch my children. I'm not going to trust someone with something as valuable as my kids. So I'm very cautious of who watches them. And, you know, that's something that I've had to learn over time. You know, every parent is not always perfect. You go through some trial and error, but eventually you see clearly what you need to see. And I think your spirit team is really proud of you for not giving up and still finding joy, or at least attempting to find joy in life when it comes to the things that you do. And I know it's a played out, tired ass saying that, you know, God only gives his hardest battles to his strongest warriors or whatever it is. But it's true. And it's like, you know, people who have the hardest jobs are the ones who are the strongest. You know, you can't. That's why there's such an issue with the police. That's why there's such an issue that people have with law enforcement, is because a lot of those fuckers are weak. And I'm not talking about any of you guys who are on the force or in the military who have strong will and strong convictions. I'm not talking about you guys. I appreciate you guys, because I've met some really honorable police officers, some people who really take their job seriously, but they're not sycophants or whatever that word is, where they're crazy and delusional and, you know, doing a bunch of stuff that doesn't make any sense. I've met a lot of police officers who are really there to help you and support you, and who have a kind touch, or a kind way of dealing with people, and a very like compassionate approach to their job, even though they're placed in danger every day. I respect people who are in the military who do things that are honorable for their country, even if they know that, you know, all of it may not be on the up and up. They still want to do what they have to do to protect the people who they love and the people who live in this country in the best way that they can. And they feel like making the sacrifice to do that is the honorable thing to do. And they do it with pride. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for all the doctors out there who do their best to give people amazing care. And all the nurses and, you know, the CNAs and all the teachers and everyone who is stepping up to the plate every day. Like, I feel like all of us should send that love and appreciation out into the world for the people who actually take their shit serious. And I mean that, because everyone likes to complain, and I do my fair share of complaining. So I'm pointing the finger at me too. It is what it is. You can take it or leave it. But I really feel like we all do too much fucking complaining about what we don't like, what's not going well, what's not right, what didn't go our way, or who's wrong, and all this type of shit that doesn't mean anything. It doesn't help anything. It doesn't progress anyone forward. But what really does make a difference is when you see those videos of people out there who walk up to folks and say, hey, I appreciate you. Here's a gift card to Amazon, or here's a rose, or here's a hug, god dang. Thank you for being a teacher. Thank you for being a construction worker. Thank you for being a crossing guard. Thank you for being a garbage man. Thank you for showing up in our community. Thank you for working and taking care of the national parks, or whatever it is that you do. Thank you for showing up. Like, it really takes a strong person to do that. To check on people, to ask them how they're doing. And if each and every one of you watching this does this to at least one person today that you may pass, or just shares kindness and compassion and love, either through your body language or your conversation or whatever it is that you do, whoever it is that you encounter, it can make a great change in the dynamics that we experience in the energy. And I think sometimes that's why I get so frustrated with these readings. It's like, that's ultimately what Spirit is saying, but everybody's so fucking... There's so many people with their heads so far up their colon that they don't see that that's the reason for the season. Like, that's the point of all of this. And I feel like a lot of you who are watching this right now and who stayed this far in the reading appreciate that. And you know why I'm saying it. And that's how you may decide to live your life. So I think a lot of you need to know that Spirit really has some plan in store for you that you may not understand right now, but that you will see it in the near future. You only see what's on the surface. You don't see what's going on underneath the surface or in the spiritual realm, you know, all the time, even if you have gifts and abilities. So, you know, even if you watch this reading, even if I read these cards right now, I may not be able to avoid this energy within myself, or to acknowledge this energy within myself at the moment that it comes. It just is what it is. But one thing I know Spirit is saying is that they're proud of you for the way that you have worked hard to overcome situations in your life that were very unpleasant. and that may have been very difficult for you. And they're proud of you for still being able to show that joy to yourself and to others in your life and try to bring that joy to other people and to the situations that you have a hand in. Okay? So be proud of yourself for that, you guys. And I think there's a surprise. I feel like Spirit has a surprise in store for you because, like I said earlier, you're being rewarded for your loyalty. Okay? What is the advice for Pisces, Spirit? Ooh, Spirit Fox. Trust your talents in changing times. Yeah. They said, believe in your psychic powers. It says the seer, you know the truth about the situation. Believe in your psychic powers and follow the hunches that lead you forward. They want you to trust them. They want you to not even just trust them. Trust yourself. The Traveler says, move in a new direction. If you feel like you need to move in a new direction, trust that. Rely on that. Lean on that. Even if there are people who don't appreciate it and don't see the value of it and may even, say mean things or shun you or ostracize you for it. Because what that says is that you're not a fucking sheep. And that you're not going to allow yourself to be led to the slaughterhouse with these idiots and dummies who don't know what the fuck is going on. And I'm not talking to all of y'all. Because some of y'all just come over here for negativity. And I just feel like a lot of you guys who are picking up what I'm throwing down are about to experience something that is basically Spirit's way of saying thank you for all of the sacrifices that you've made. Shaman, trust in higher forces. Again, that word, trust. Okay. Ooh, it's not easy, child. It's not easy being breezy. I wonder if y'all know what that is. Anyway, Spirit Fox, trust your talents in changing times. The message says stay alert as change is in the air. The Spirit Fox features my favorite animal of all time, the red fox, an amazingly resilient creature able to survive in urban environments or in freezing temperatures of the Arctic. Foxes know what it's like to be hunted. For centuries, they have been sought for their precious fur when all they want is to survive. So the Spirit Fox can help you overcome the energies of adversity and unfair treatment. Also, as urban foxes hide in cities and go about their business in the dark hours, the fox offers the medicine of blending in. The extended message says, the energies around you are changing at this time. And although it may not always be comfortable, you are equipped with all that you need to survive this shift. You are being presented with opportunities to reach spaces you've never encountered before. And this can make you feel on edge, that tension energy, but be open to the shifts occurring because they really are the answers to your prayers. The experience of being hunted or threatened is now behind you, and you're being invited to come out of your den and reveal your glory and talents, which is your authentic, true self. Call upon Spirit Fox Medicine to help you be seen for who you are and trust in your talents in order to be the best you can be in these changing times. Right. So you're ahead of the curve. Spirit is rewarding you for your loyalty and showing you that you've always been ahead of the curve. You've been ahead of the game. And I feel like the way things are changing, it's taking you to new places. The compass is here on this traveler card, which is basically like, keep things light. Don't take on too much that you don't need. Don't take on extra baggage that you don't need. Don't bog yourself down in your schedule because you need to be free. And I feel like, you are able to connect people to this spirit realm in the way that you're good at, because all of you might not be good at what I do. All of you might not do what I do. All of you may not have this particular talent, but you have your own unique individual talents and gifts. And I feel like those gifts are opening people up to what's really going on. And no matter who comes at you or what comes at you, you have the power and you are equipped to handle it. And Spirit is confirming that all of these shifts and changes are going to be so exponentially beneficial to your well-being and your overall quality of life. It's just you don't see it right now. But I know you guys are being rewarded, and it's very stressful. But don't let anything or anyone make you feel like you cannot be who you are, or make you feel like you have to change yourself for other people, because it's so tiring and it's so exhausting. And Spirit is telling you, like, hey, as you make this transition, as you accept these changes, and as you embrace the moment that you're in, we're going to be leading you and guiding you every step of the way by giving you these intuitive nudges that we want you to trust. And not only that, but we want you to have fun. Be excited about this. Because a lot of you guys, me included, our lives are never going to be the same after these moments. And I mean that in the most positive of ways. So I hope that helped you guys. As always, be sure to like and subscribe to continue to catch the vibe. If you gained something positive from this reading, please consider donating through PayPal, Venmo, or Zelle below. If you want to book your personal reading or check out my website or any of my other channels, all the links you need are below in the description box, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all of you. I hope you enjoy the final moments of peace, quiet, tranquility, rest, and restoration that you're receiving from your weekend. And I will see you guys next time. Remember, this is our Circle Booze. Bye.